Welcome back to Joel's Bowl. Today, we'll be making stuffed artichokes. As always, this recipe is posted down in the description as well as being pinned in the comments. So we're going to start off by getting half a cup of steel cut oats. We're going to grind them coarsely, and then with 2 tablespoons of olive oil heating in a saucepan, we're going to toast the oats for about 2 to 3 minutes. After that, we're going to remove it from the heat and set it aside. Then we're going to get 1 cup of pre-cooked chickpeas. We're going to crush them and add in 1 teaspoon of paprika, and then we're going to get half a teaspoon of fennel seeds and half a teaspoon of dried peppercorns. We're going to grind that up with our trusty pestle and mortar and add that in as well, along with half a teaspoon of dried thyme, 1/3 of a teaspoon dried oregano, half of a teaspoon of dried rosemary, 1/4 teaspoon of dried basil, and 1/4 teaspoon of marjoram. We're going to mix that all with a tablespoon of olive oil for a minute or 2 over medium heat and then set it aside. Then we're going to get 1 small onion and chop that up. We're going to heat another tablespoon of olive oil in the saucepan and cook the onion for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once it starts turning translucent, we're going to add in the chickpea mixture and stir that in to combine it thoroughly. We're also going to add in 1 teaspoon of dried chili flakes, 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley, chopped, and half a teaspoon of salt, along with 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. And once that's done, we're going to combine it with the toasted oats and also with 4 cloves of freshly minced garlic. And now to prepare our artichokes. We're going to cut the stem off, including the outermost leaves, so that it can stand by itself upright. We're also going to cut off about a ½ inch of the tips. Then we're going to gather the juice from 1 1/2 of a lemon, removing the seeds and adding that juice to the simmering water in our large saucepan, placing the artichokes inverted into the water and steaming them semi-covered for about 10 minutes. Once that's done, we're going to take them out of the water, draining them and setting them aside to cool. Once they're cooled, we're going to pry open the leaves and use a spoon to remove the very center of the artichoke leaves. Now we're going to preheat our oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to drizzle a baking dish with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a splash of white wine, and the juice from 1/2 of a lemon. Then we're going to start stuffing our artichokes with the oat and chickpea mixture, starting in the center and then working our way outward, filling in between each of the leaves. Then we're going to place the artichokes top up in the baking dish, and loosely covering that with aluminum foil, we're going to bake it for 45 minutes. Now while that's baking, we're going to prepare our marinara dipping sauce. Right here I've got 28 fluid ounces of crushed roasted tomatoes. We're going to start simmering that over a low heat while adding in 1 tablespoon of dried basil, 1 tablespoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of dried onion flakes, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of dried chili flakes, and 1 tablespoon of maple syrup to act as a sweetener, along with 1/4 teaspoon of both salt and ground pepper. We're going to simmer that for 10 minutes, and then we're going to keep that aside to use as the dipping sauce for the artichoke leaves. Now it's crucial to note that when eating the artichoke leaves, you got to peel them off one by one and dip the base of the leaves into the sauce and chew off the tips along with any stuffing that's on the leaves. The rest of the leaves are very fibrous and, quite frankly, inedible. But the stuffing, with that bit of the artichoke heart that comes off with the base of the leaf, is the part that you really want. And beware the thorny nature of this plant. And when you come down to the innermost part of the flower, remove the hairy portion that is on the artichoke heart and use the solid leftover heart to directly dip into the sauce for a final hit of amazing goodness. And there you have it, stuffed artichokes. If you like this video, drop me a thumbs up and share it around if you know anyone that might also appreciate this sort of content. Be sure to subscribe for more amazing plant-based vegan goodness. Check me out on Instagram at Joel's Bowl, and by all means tag me if you decide to make any of my awesome recipes with hashtag Joel's Bowl. Remember, in this day and age, it's not difficult to make any dish vegan. Go vegan today, for yourself, for the animals, and for the future of humanity and the entire earth. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!